People have already been paying a lot of money for king crab following the pandemic, and now places like Wild Salmon Seafood Market expects those prices to get higher.
Things have been cut back and things have been closed, and it's been dwindling every year for many years.
Alaska canceled their snow crab and king crab seasons for 2022 and 2023, and now there's conservation concerns. Alaska Bering Sea crabbers represent all the fishermen that fish for these crabs, and they tell us this decision will mean close to $500 million in losses.
People are simply going to go bankrupt, and they're not going to be able to feed their families. They're going to have to sell their homes. Boats are going to go up for sale. Longtime crew that have worked on these boats for 25 years, they're all losing their jobs.
The limited supply in king crab means higher prices for customers. Now, seafood experts tell us that the reason why this is such a big deal is because there's only a few places in the world that harvest this kind of crab.
The United States, Russia, Canada, and they just harvest snow crab, and Norway. Now, 2 of those places or origins will not be available to the marketplace. The U.S. now because of these quota cuts, and then also Russia because the U.S. still has a ban on imports because of the war in Ukraine.
Experts expect the prices to stay up for quite some time, and some customers are paying up to $59 a pound for king crab in some places, and businesses say it will be a while before those prices come down.
We can't go any higher. Suppliers can't sell it for more money because customers aren't going to pay that much more.
Alaska Bering Sea crabbers tell us they are pushing for more conservation measures to get these fishermen their jobs back. In Seattle, Karina Vargas, KOMO News.
It's happened to me. I remember being surprised when a second order came a month after I ordered my first initial order, and I was a bit shocked that I had it.
Even the state attorney general says he's fallen for it, one of millions in our state who've accidentally enrolled in a subscription service when making a purchase.
When you are purchasing a product, sometimes there's a box there on your computer screen, and they've already checked the box saying you are signing up for a subscription.
Washington State Attorney General Bob Ferguson released the results of a consumer survey that found 59% of Washingtonians may have unintentionally enrolled in one of those services, affecting as many as 3.5 million people in our state. About 100,000 people said they couldn't get out of it because the process was too difficult.
To have a subscription service that automatically signs you up when all you want is a one-time purchase is unfair to the consumer and hurts them economically and in the pocketbook.
So what's the state doing about it? Ferguson says his office is looking into the possibility of taking legislative action to prohibit those pre-checked boxes. In other words, if you want a subscription service, the consumer would make the active choice to opt in rather than having to opt out every time. Until then, Ferguson's advice is to double check for any pre-selected boxes at checkout.
So at least for right now, it's the consumers are their own first line of defense.
That is absolutely the case. So consumers for the foreseeable future need to be cautious, need to double check their purchase before they press on their credit card and make that payment.
Kelly Koopmans, KOMO News.
And heading now to Everett, home of the Aqua Sox, Mariners minor league affiliate. Today, fans gathered in town to cheer on the M's. KOMO's Paul Rivera live at the Madison Avenue Pub. And Paul, a lot of emotions in Game 1, and then there was that sadness at the end.
Oh, man. And everyone's saying that they started out so well. Like Nico had mentioned, the Mariners, they went off to a lead. They held it throughout. And then at the end, this place, people in this bar here, heartbreak happened when the Astros won the game at the very end right there. But regardless of the outcome, Mariners fans here, they're just happy that they're in the playoff run. North of Seattle and Everett, home of the Aqua Sox, a Mariners minor league affiliate. The sign reads, "Houston, you do have a problem." Emotions clearly high today on Game 1 of the ALDS series.
After 2001 season, I just kept hoping every season, that they'd make it at least to the playoffs.
Lifelong fans like Ken watching the game at Players Sports Bar, happy to finally see the M's in an ALDS playoff series again.
It's been hopeful.
Heading heading up the road to Madison Avenue Pub. Hopeful is also the word those here are using to describe this magical season.
I think we got momentum definitely after that a big one we had the other day.
Especially after the team pulled out to an early lead over Houston.
Well, I mean, we got a run on Verlander already. He's got over 20 pitches. That's pretty good.
Cheers and happiness throughout most of the game as the Mariners kept a healthy lead, staying in control. However, at the end of the game, the Astros mounted a comeback, beating the Mariners in Game 1.
It's a tough way to go out, but we still have a chance. We really do.
Regardless of the ultimate outcome, Darren Nielsen, who lives in Everett, is one of many hoping this is a new era for Mariners baseball.
That was always the thing, maybe this year, and now it is this year. And so, you know, we don't have to be, we're not the running joke anymore.
Hi, everyone. I'm Preston Phillips from KOMO News. Thanks for checking out the KOMO YouTube channel. You can see more of our videos right here by clicking on the video links for more news from the Seattle area and Western Washington. Oh, and don't forget to click the subscribe button below so you don't miss our YouTube updates.